Welcome to our spiritual playground. This podcast is a playground for spiritual growth. When you're here, you will experiment with energy, embrace joy and laughter, manifest miracles, and meet the soul sisters you've always wanted.
Think of this as an enchanted nook where you can explore ideas, energy, healing, and everyday magic with openness, curiosity, and a little sparkle. We believe spirituality gets to be practical and playful. No rules, no pressure, just permission to feel what's true for you. So take a breath, pull on your sweats, and come play with us. In this episode of Our Spiritual Playground, we are going to play around with the idea of feeling behind and using our mind, body, and spirit to help us feel like we can get into the flow again.
See you in the playground. Hey, welcome to our spiritual playground.
Yay! Here we are. How you doing, Heather?
I am so good. How are you?
Doing well. Doing great. Yeah, excited to be back.
So today we have an idea that we're bringing to the playground, and it's an idea or an experience that so many people are familiar with. And it's that feeling of being behind.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
all about the physical feeling, the sensations in your body that show up, and also all of the things that you're saying in your head and telling yourself, and then the emotions that you're having. So it's like the whole package. And it can feel like, as they say, a lot.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we'll see where the conversation goes, but the
Yeah.
idea on the playground is let's play with some possibilities that might be different ways of thinking about this or navigating it or
Mm.
being with it.
That sounds perfect because that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I, like so many people, am feeling not only physical things to do, like house cleaning needs, appointments to be made, phone calls, stuff on my desk, but also the electronic
Yeah.
part of it. Like, ooh, a million emails, not a million, but bunch of email, projects, Canva, like whatever it is. Um, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I have to catch up. I'm feeling behind. So I love this freaking conversation already, even though it hasn't even happened yet. But I
Right.
need it. I need it so much. So
Okay.
we hope that you need it
So
too.
I want to start because I know that feeling. I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah, do I know that feeling? And I don't know about you, but a really solid percentage of my clients, this is what we're talking about. They're coming to the conversation saying, I'm so behind. There's so much to do. I never get caught. I always feel that, and so it's something that's just so common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As humans, because it's our humanness.
Yeah.
Aren't we so cute? We're so cute, little humans.
The way we make it
Yeah.
so complicated.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought I would share this idea that I learned that has been really supportive for me for many years. And there's a guy named Pete Sanders, and I just looked him up for this conversation. He studied at MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, biomedical chemistry and brain science. And I went to a lecture he gave, and he talked about people, human beings, as multidimensional. And so we're feeling and living in many dimensions at one time.
Mm.
And this feeling of behind, he said, is actually feeling the future. So you're feeling the future, your brain is telling you you're behind because you don't see yourself there yet.
Yeah. You're
Mm.
feeling the dates coming closer, the
Mhm.
future dates for the projects, for the I need to do XYZ. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm feeling the future. in that all of those kinds of things like logistics, but I'm also feeling the future for where I want to be in my relationships with my physical self, with my personal goals, with my personal work and message and
Mhm.
mission.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just want to do it all and get it all out there.
Uh,
Right? Oh my
yes.
gosh.
So much, so much.
That's
And
so
I
good.
feel like that takes a log off the fire right up front. When you remember
Yeah.
that, okay, well, what if this feeling is my future? And I can back up and be present for where I am right now and
Mm,
trust that I'm
mm,
getting there, that that's what's coming or that's where I'm going. But
yeah.
what if I could be here now and take the next right step and the next
Oh my gosh.
one?
I freaking love this so much, Heather. You know the visual I just got? I got a visual of like a periscope
Mm,
on a ship. I guess, I
mhm.
mean, it's associated with a ship, but it's this
Yep,
and kinda like binoculars, right? So you're
yep.
looking out and you're bringing what's way out there forward.
Mhm.
And so I got the reverse of that where we can actually zoom back,
Yeah, you
right?
can
So if
pull
we're
that
like living
periscope or telescope or whatever the thing is back
yeah, like,
in. Yeah,
flip it around,
yeah.
flip it around. Hold on, I'll give us a visual, right? Here we go. Here we
There we go.
right? Here I am. I'm looking, I'm like, "Oh my god, here's my future right here. It's right here. Oh my," and I'm starting to feel like I'm trying to live in the future, but if I just woo, you know what? Let's bring it back here. So it can
Yeah,
actually be the distance away, um, that serves us
right.
versus us trying to be there already or be concerned that we're not there already,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Our
okay.
brains are wired to see what's wrong. And so we
Totally.
interpret that feeling as there's something wrong. Oh, it must be because I'm behind. I must be screwing up. I must not be,
Yeah.
all the things that brains think.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I love starting the conversation with that perspective because it just helps me so much. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just so much help feeling more grounded in the present moment because we've talked about this so much personally and on this podcast and at the retreats that we create and co-lead. This idea of everything is happening in the present moment, but when we're not in the present moment, when we're concerned about the future, like what you said, um, it's really hard to be present. We spin out.
Hmm.
It's this idea of uh what's the expression I'm trying to think of? It's gonna come to me later. It's basically oh, spiraling, right?
Yeah.
Like, "I'm spiraling!
Circling the train. Yeah.
I'm spiraling, I'm spinning out." Yeah, yeah, mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I want to know. I think you pulled a card about this, so I
I
want to
did,
talk about that. I'm
I did.
also curious if we haven't pre-thought about it, but if we can think about it in terms of sort of body, mind, spirit.
Yes,
Um, how can we think about supporting ourselves with our body? How can we think about supporting ourselves with our mind? And how can we play around with this with spirit?
yes, perfect.
Cool.
The holistic approach. I love it. Okay, so let me put on my Dollar Tree glasses.
I like them.
And this card is coming to you from Notes from the
Oh,
Universe
my
on
dually.
abundance, Mike Dooley. And so I pulled this beautiful, gorgeous
Oh,
card.
wow.
And I really thought about should I get another deck? But this was the one that was right here. And I said, no, I'm just going to trust
Mhm,
that this is the deck. Like, I don't need to go
mhm,
scourging for another deck over on the shelf. And
mhm.
so what it says is have you ever wondered if when you just close your eyes, take a few minutes and redirect your thinking, the monsters might shrink?
Mm.
How appropriate. The grins might grow and the floodgates might begin trembling again. Try it, except when driving. The universe. And this is what it looks like.
Oh, I love his notes from the universe. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And so
perfect.
immediately immediately when I read that first part about closing your eyes, taking a few minutes and redirect your thinking,
Mhm.
and that the monsters might shrink, I immediately got the periscope, like we're trying to get ourselves into the present moment.
Mhm.
So for me, when I think about that whole thing we just talked about, it's like shrinking
Mhm.
because I'm way up here, but if I pull my hand back, it looks like it just shrunk, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it didn't,
Right?
but it's all perception.
Yeah. Great point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great point.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about this beauty?
Well, I love it. Of course, it's perfect for this conversation. And I was looking at the image on the backside and thinking, if I'm a little water molecule way upstream from this waterfall, maybe I would think I'm behind, but I'm in the stream. I'm in the flow. I'm part of the process where I am. And so, um, putting that spin on behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about bringing it to the most basic level molecule, right? I mean, that's about as basic as we can get.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. And what are we made of? Atoms and molecules. What is everything made of, right? Atoms and molecules.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what if we were in the flow?
Mhm.
What if this was flow,
Yeah.
right? Instead of this wonky, herky, jerky, got to do this and I got to do that. And what's my on my to-do list? And oh my gosh, and now I have to answer the phone and oh, and now I'm scrolling and like all of these things that
Mhm.
can feel like we're squirreling, as they say, like here, there, and everywhere. Um, I from what I know and believe, our natural state is flow, just
Mhm.
like the little water molecule. How cute, right? And so, what if? Here's a question. I feel like Heather, what if, right?
I
Because you
love the
love the
what
what
if.
ifs. You love those questions. Um, what if we let me get clear on it. Because it popped in and popped out. What if we literally embraced that flow that we're in versus like we're embracing the direction, like we know we're going forward, obviously, but it feels very much like, so I'm going to use the river analogy because this is what's coming at me.
Mhm.
So when you were just talking about this, there's also all of these little, what do you call them, tributaries,
Yeah.
all these little tiny springs and things that are going to offshoot that aren't going to lead to this particular waterfall.
Mhm.
And I feel like for me and perhaps others, this could be you, that sometimes we end up over there. Like we're supposed to be doing this, but we're way back here. Or like, oh my gosh, it led us, like we're way up here. One of these little offsprings, one of these little streams led me in a completely different direction. But what if we remembered that everything flows downhill,
Mhm.
right? And what if we remembered that we're gonna end up there at some point? I use this analogy all the time, and you'll get it because you live in Massachusetts and I'm in New Hampshire. Route 93. So I'm going to head down and I'm going to see Heather in Massachusetts. And I hop on Route 93 in my car, kind of like this idea of the river. And all of a sudden, I'm taking an exit in Concord because I thought, oh, there's a store in Concord I want to go to. But that's not where I'm supposed to be going. I'm supposed to be, right, headed to you to see you for a visit. But now all of a sudden, I'm in Concord. It's okay. I still am going to get back on that highway, that main road, or AKA that stream, and I'm going to end up with you eventually. I just
Mhm.
got redirected, misdirected, and doing that often is what I think for me personally and probably others, I'm guessing, is what helps us to feel overwhelmed, to feel like,
Mhm.
what the heck am I doing? Now I'm over here. I mean, it's so easy to get are the I don't even have the most updated research, but I know that a few years ago, the average attention span in the United States is 8 seconds.
Mhm.
And certainly while social media is phenomenal for so many reasons, it's also training our brain to expect things to just go by quickly
Mhm.
and fast. And what's the next thing? And this is only this is taking too long. So I'm going to scroll and swipe. And
Mhm.
so I feel like that all adds to this idea of feeling overwhelmed and behind, because I do feel in lots of ways they're married.
Mhm.
Not always, but definitely sometimes. And when we feel like we're behind or we feel overwhelmed, confusion says no.
Mhm.
So we just go and sit on the couch and take a nap or
Yeah.
go and do something else. And and while that's totally perfectly okay, we're also beating ourselves up about it at the same time, right?
Right. Right.
Do you feel
Yeah.
this?
Well,
Is this
that's the spinning, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
feeling behind. So, um, logic says I'm going to organize. I'm going to figure out what's the highest priority. I'm going to human beings 9 times out of 10, if you're me, you grab a snack on the way to the couch and you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you just go into this space where nothing can happen, or I will do things and they're really sloppy and just get it done, just get it done, just get it done.
Mm,
And that's not the kind of way that I wanna do most everything. Um, it's fine for me for, like, I don't know, mopping the floor or something, I don't really care that much, but,
right.
the things that I care about, I wanna invest in them and be present for them. Yeah, so there's so much I'm hearing in this discussion about how, judgment,
Mm,
what it should be, where I should be, how I should be, that's getting in the way of being in flow, of letting it be easy or easier. Ironic, your mug says focus.
I know. I took a sip and I saw it in the in the recording, right? And look at what it looks like.
Flowing. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And so perfect. The colors on that, those grounded
Yeah.
base chakra colors, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we know when we're in this energy, things don't go the way we want them to go. We're
No.
not as productive, we're not as, present, and we don't do our best work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, how do we navigate? What do we do? Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yes.
And it's something that I know, but I don't always choose. Because
Mm.
do we always choose the thing that we know is the best for us? Hell no. The salad or the chicken tenders, like we don't always
Mhm.
choose the best. But one of the things that I am doing more of, which is good, but working on getting better, is to tune in and ask my higher self what needs to happen next. What
Mm.
do I do next?
Mm.
Letting spirit lead.
Mm.
So rather than me making all the decisions from my analytical left side of my
Your
brain,
scrambled racing thoughts.
correct, right? Or my creative, like whatever,
Mm.
side of my brain. I take a moment and I just listen and I just literally do this. And I'm like, okay, what is my meant what is how do I word it? Um, what is the most important thing to happen next that will help me and the day and the world? Sometimes I word it like that. Sometimes I'll just say, what next?
Mhm.
Because I'm just letting spirit guide. And sometimes I don't even listen. That's the other thing. So a lot of lately, when I've been sitting down to soul scribe, which I know I want to do, the beginning of the day, I'll wake up, do my thing, grab my coffee, and I'll say, what next? And I will get stretch. I will receive move your body, but I don't. I
Mhm.
go sit on the couch and soul scribe because I want to do that,
Mhm.
which is great. But but this idea of stretching and moving your body is what spirit is letting me know, hey, this is only going to help everything.
Mhm.
Sometimes I don't choose it,
Mhm.
And so it's interesting. We have this opportunity to let spirit lead. Doesn't mean we're always going to listen, but boy, oh boy, when we do, it works out great.
Yeah.
I will tell you that from experience. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably have lots of experience
Yeah. Yeah.
examples.
So when
Yeah.
you're in the scrambled, I'm so busy place, are you able to sit and take a breath and say, okay, spirit, what's next? Or do you need more of a process, soul scribing
Mm.
or something?
That's a great question. Usually, if I think of it, that's the
Mhm.
thing. Because if I'm in such a scrambled mess, sometimes it doesn't even cross my mind.
Right.
But when I do think of it, lots of times I can sit, or I'll like stand in my kitchen at the counter and I will just put my hands on my heart because I know it's coming from
Mhm.
that beautiful place. And I will just listen and say, what's next? And then a word or an idea will pop in my head
Mhm.
because it's all about the receiving. And then then I get the choice. Do I follow that or not?
Mhm.
There are other times where I will sit down to soul scribe, but I'll breathe first
Mhm.
because it's so much easier to receive when we're open and allowing, and if
Right.
we're scrambled, we're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, great
Yes.
questions.
Yeah. Uh, so I would say I'm very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. If I am, sort of in the I heard this great word. I'm reading this really interesting book, fractals. And
Frac
fractals,
fractals.
right?
Okay.
Fractals. Being in a fractal place is actually a kind of a really great place because there's a little bit of I don't know in there. It's not too serious. So fractals meaning think about um, things not having sharp edges. I don't know if this relates to busy, but this is what came to me. So I'm going to say it
Yeah.
real quick.
Give it to me, baby. Yeah, tell us.
On a map, the line between the land and the ocean is a line. In reality, it's a fractal. There is
Mhm,
a space where the land becomes the ocean and the ocean becomes the land. It isn't a straight line. The edges of a cloud, not a straight line. Fractals. And so, in thinking of this, I'm so busy energy, if I'm in a fractal place where I can feel that building, I'm headed over there into the land where that's all there is. Then I can absolutely usually stop, take a few deep breaths, tune in, recognize where I am, and navigate someplace else. When I am completely circling the drain, spun out, um, because energy is magnetic, I am scrolling.
mm,
Um, I am jumping from one thing to the next. My attention is shot. I'm not completing anything. I'm not thinking in full sentences. It's just mayhem inside my brain and inside my energy field. Then I completely need to unplug, and then
yeah.
replug. I need to unplug. I need to clean the whiteboard. So I need to say, okay, all of this needs to happen, and I'm going to give myself permission until I feel different to just not even deal with it. Because I can't. It's
Mhm,
not happening. And that means I go for a walk. It means I meditate. It means I put on music. I do anything that changes my energy and gets
mhm.
me more into that place of flow. And then I can
Yes.
sort of approach all of that and hit that fractal place where I can say, okay, what's inspiring me? What feels like something I can tackle right now? And I'll take a
Yeah.
little piece and I'll start there.
Yeah, that's so good. We were just talking about this in Soul Scribing Society, this idea of, when you said unplug. But
Mhm,
what and then you said, "I'm gonna go for a walk or get outside," you're plugging into nature, which
mhm,
is the best
mhm.
fuel, energy source other than love, which also nature is love, but it's this idea of, like, you're unplugging from all of this stuff, and you're plugging into um, having a 30-second dance party, listening to the music, putting the sun on your face, all of these things helping us to raise our emotional and energetic vibration so that we feel better. And when we feel better, typically our head is more clear and we can see a path forward because when emotions are high, logic is low. And
Yeah,
so we're not thinking logically when we're spinning out about
exactly.
how, all of that. So
E
I love how you said unplug, and then I immediately tied it in with this idea of plugging into something natural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
changing your energy, where you're
correct.
getting your energy from.
Yeah.
So scrolling, all of that, a million tabs open, papers everywhere. Um, that I can operate in that space a lot of the time. But when it tips over into the I'm so busy, I can't, there's no way I can get all this done. I need to unplug and move slower, shift things around. And and I can't immediately go back to I'm going to now solve the problem of all of that or else I'm plugging back into that energy. I need to
Mm.
just take a little bite and say, "Okay, I can start here." For me, a lot of the times I get this feeling around my business, and for me Canva is a really fun place where I can feel inspired. I can start to get my ideas organized, and it's a really great place for me to go and feel like I'm doing something, make progress, and it helps shift the flow of things for me.
Totally. Being a creator, right?
Yeah.
You being a creator. Um, I agree with the tabs open and the scrolling and I can also function in that space, but only for a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
And what I have come to realize is that through learning, but also soul scribing, that this is all input. So the tabs open and the emails and the scrolling and the TV on at the same time or the radio, like it's all input and it's all
Mhm.
noise. So it's energetic
Yeah.
noise, even if it's not making a literal noise, it's energetic noise. And
Yeah.
all of the messages I have been receiving this month, from I'm doing something called, a daily dose of vitamin joy. So,
Love
if you
that.
haven't checked it out, it's just a little it's like a note from the universe, but it's a daily
Aw.
dose of vitamin joy. And, every single message has been about finding your frequency, which is the theme in the Soul Scribing Society this month. And I
Oh,
thought, well, that's an interesting little tie-in. And all of that is that when we are silent, the message I received the other day was, "Listen, and you will hear."
mhm.
HERE,
Mhm.
right? Listen, and you will be present
Yeah.
versus all the noise and external.
Yeah.
So
You
anyway, I totally like I feel like we keep touching on the same kinds of points throughout this conversation,
yeah.
but it's so important for us to realize how powerful this is and
Yeah.
how powerful we are and how easily we can shift our energy
Yeah.
from frustrated to laughing. Because we
Yeah.
all have that friend or family member that will try and like lighten the mood, and then we end up laughing even though we're really ticked off about something. It's just an energy shift. We all have the ability to
Yeah.
do it naturally.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, and I would say in terms of sort of, the mind piece,
Mm.
spirit, asking spirit, what's next? And also I feel like spirit is a feeling, that feeling of inspiration, that feeling of ease and flow. That is spirit communicating to you
Mhm.
just as much as words. So listening for where do I feel flow? Where do I feel drawn? What feels like, the place I wanna be, what I wanna be working on right now. That's also a communication from spirit. So spirit, mind, I think really respecting the way that you work. I just took this assessment called a Colby assessment, and it assesses conation, which I've never heard of conation before, but it's kind of like how you do, what you need
Oh,
in order
yep.
to get things done. Um, and none of it was a surprise. But hearing it spoken to me was like, oh, right, I am that way. I do that. That
Yeah.
is easier for me. So really respecting the way that you move. If you are someone who needs a plan, who needs to sit down with each of the things and make a plan and put them in order, then do that. If you are someone who really just needs to put it all away and choose one thing and work on that thing, that is how your mind works. Honor and respect that. It's going to be a million times harder if you try and fight it and try and do it the way you think you should do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
totally. Don't
right?
should yourself.
Yeah.
Um, all I heard as you were talking was, what if it was easy?
Mm,
What if it was all about the ease, flow, and fun? That's another area of my life where we focus in on ease, flow, and fun. Huh, what if
mm,
it was?
yeah,
Or what if,
yeah.
like, even if even if you're like, "Nah, I don't think it's gonna be fun." What if it was easy? What if it were easy? Yeah. So, so we've got mind and body and spirit, and tuning into each of those to help us with this idea of dealing with and processing the feeling of being behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we did each one of those, right? Did you just tackle all three like so quickly
yeah.
and
Well,
methodically?
body,
Oh, body, move.
right?
Move, get into your
Move,
body. Yeah.
hydrate, rest.
Yeah.
If you think about your body in terms of that idea of being multidimensional and being
Yeah.
in all places, that feeling of behind can be trying to be the entire river in all the places all at once.
Oh, that's such a good visual.
Right?
Ah, I love
Rather
that
than being
visual.
where you are. So, nourish the body that you're in with rest, with water, with quiet. When I get like this, the podcasts are off the table. It's
Yeah,
either silence or music. Um, and
same.
I do my best to not be on any kind of social media, anything that's overstimulating my brain. I
Yeah.
have to care for my body and collect all the particles of me back here unified.
Mm, such a good visual. I love that visual. Thank you.
Mhm.
Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mike Dooley. Thank you, universe.
Yeah.
Thank you
How
that we
about
can
you? Anything else, body, mind,
use.
spirit that is
Let's see. Um, body, mind, and spirit. Well, what's coming to me right now is that in the big ass picture, it doesn't freaking matter, right?
there's
In the
also
big
that.
ass picture. But of course, it doesn't feel that way when you've got all of these heavy things weighing on you and you're feeling behind. Um, but if something else were to happen and take your attention away from all of that, some family emergency, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't. So it's like, not that you want that to happen, but just keep in mind that at any given moment, things can shift and change, and we can be the catalyst of
Mm.
that by tapping in through mind, through body, through spirit. That's what I just received.
Mm.
So,
Beautiful.
well, this was fun. Thank you. I needed this today. Yay.
Oh, good.
And I hope that everybody watching and listening, that you heard a piece of a little, joyful jewel or a golden nugget of wisdom that you can grab onto. I know I'm going to hang on to what you said uh, about when we're feeling overwhelmed, we are feeling our future. I'm going to hang on to that because that really struck me. So,
Mhm.
and then just tools, try one of the things that we talked about here today. See the impact. If that doesn't work, try something else because we all have the ability to shift our energy at any given point really quickly if we choose to. So,
Mm.
all
Good.
right. Well, yay.
Yay.
Thank you, Heather. I will
Oh,
see you the next time in our spiritual playground.
amazing.
Bye,
Amazing.
everybody.
Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
We invite you to take this spiritual conversation and play with it in your daily life. Here are 3 things you can do to integrate this new information and make it work for you. First, give it another listen. Second, jot down anything that stands out for you. And third, pass it along to someone you care about and see where the conversation goes.
We are Heather Maguire, the unconventional intuitive, and Sue Bergman, the joyful oracle. We both guide groups, lead workshops and retreats that create meaningful connection and spiritual growth. To connect with us and learn more about our upcoming experiences, check out the links in the show notes and consider joining us for our magical retreat every September in Winthrop,